Major moves. We going all in, like we got nothing to lose. We making moves. We making major moves. We making moves. We making major moves. We making moves.
Welcome back to my channel. I want to thank you guys for actively deciding to spend time with me. I'm just a guy in a Spider-Man mask, a cool one I might add. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just providing information and content already on the internet, and I just read it and present it to you guys in a way that may reach you or may not reach you. Whatever the reason is you found my page, I'm grateful you're here, and thank you for spending time with me. Let's get into this. What is up, everybody? I am Mr. Man, and I thank you guys for coming to my channel and hearing what I have to say and learning under my tutelage here. Today I want to bring up a company called WisdomTree. They move billions of dollars and have billions under assets under management. And I'm kind of low-key today. I came from a nice short 5K run, but it was a nice needed 5K run. I also was involved in my property management jobs, if you will. I look after my properties as well as other people's properties, so I have cash flow generation for my own things outside of work. Because again, I'm leaving in, what are we in now? October, November, December, 3 months. Once October's done, 2 months left, and I'm out from work at that point. It's literally a countdown. But WisdomTree, I'll let them do the talking, and I will pause and chat as I needed. Let's just jump into this here. I'll pause this on my end here, on my audio, and I will get things going.
Thanks for being with us. Good morning to you. Let's talk first about this blockchain-enabled ETF. It provides a secondary record of the shares on the Ethereum blockchain. Explain to our audience what that means and why investors would need this.
So first, it's not an ETF. It shows you how early we are on digital assets, that no exchange actually has the license or approvals for tokenized securities yet. So this can only be bought in WisdomTree's wallet, WisdomTree Prime, which we're in beta test now, rolling it out nationally in the first quarter. So just a little bit of house cleaning on that. But it's very exciting to create blockchain-enabled financial services, and our WisdomTree Treasury Fund is one of the building blocks that will be a part of the ecosystem as it emerges.
Okay, so then my second question, Jonathan, why is it exciting? Why would investors need it? What about the current record isn't working?
So, you know, it's interesting when you think about tokenization. Most people are trying to tokenize things like private assets that are, so things that don't really have a great experience for investors. We're trying to do tokenize. Our standards are ETF, so the best of the old rails. Nothing is better, more investor friendly than an ETF. With tokenization, we think we can make it even better. So you'll add things like lower fees, faster settlement, peer-to-peer exchange of value in a safe, secure manner. So WisdomTree Prime is being built for saving, investing, and payments, really.
So you saw on the screen there, they were talking about, hold on a second.
A new relationship with your money is what will emerge.
You saw on the screen there, they'd openly showed who they were working with. And you saw them only mention Ethereum. Even though we all know we saw Stellar as well. Ethereum is not a liquidity blockchain. Ethereum is about security, even though it gets hacked numerous times. Anyways, share ownership record digitized on Ethereum or Stellar blockchain. Okay. Here's another one. We're just going to go into it. You heard them talk. You heard the CEO mention that we focus on ETFs. That's mainly what we do is ETFs. That's our bread and butter. Let's just take a listen here.
Mainly from the origination side. And I think now the combination of, we know what opportunities are commercially viable, the technology is fit for purpose, and the people and the governance are ready to go. I'm hoping the next 1 to 3 years we're going to move into like business creation and driving commercial outcomes.
Thank you. Thank you. Will, please introduce yourself, and then I'll ask you a question.
These are long intros. My name is Will Peck. I'm head of digital assets, run our digital assets business unit for WisdomTree. We're a ETF sponsor, kind of well-known asset manager, manage roughly 90-ish billion in assets under management today in the US and Europe. We've been looking at blockchain and tokenization for 3 to 4 years now. I've been in my current seat for about 2. And, big believers in this space, obviously, and, we're actually doing stuff. We've created a series of what we call digital funds, 40 Act registered mutual funds with a tokenized share record, as well as kind of tokenized physical assets like gold. And we're actually creating the distribution channel ourselves on the retail side through an app that we've created called WisdomTree Prime. So happy to touch on those topics.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a few minutes, but what...
Yes, we will get to that in a few minutes. But for now, before Will gets into that in a few minutes, let's do our own dive. Where are we now? Not there, not there, this. So this is the WisdomTree app that they were talking about here. I want to give you guys a quick overview before we go back and hear what Will has to say about the WisdomTree app they have here, and about their company, the WisdomTree Prime app. Personal finance reinvented, introducing WisdomTree Prime. Get the app. The power to save, spend, and invest digital gold, crypto, digital funds, and more, all from one app. So keep in mind, when you're buying these digital tokens or digital funds or digital golds or digital gold or crypto, you are buying a derivative of something, right? You're not buying the actual thing. If they hold Bitcoin and you buy Bitcoin from them, you are not getting Bitcoin. You are getting a derivative of the Bitcoin. But this is another one of those massive companies that moves 90 billion or has 90 billion under management. You heard the gentleman say there. They have a credit card. Every company has a credit card now. Visa and MasterCard are like all over this stuff. Access a curated set of digital assets and digital funds. Yeah, you can access it. Let's just see some of their digital funds. Where am I? No. Yeah. Here's a couple of their funds I was looking up. They got GDMN, WisdomTree Efficient Gold Plus Miners. Then there is GDE Holdings, GDMN again, and just a few funds, and they're all ETFs. So with an ETF, you hold the miners. You won't be gold. It'll be gold miners, gold companies, things along those lines, which is a good investment to have, I believe. Not financial advice. During these times right now where the strength of the dollar is, it's definitely losing. It's being diminished due to economic forces. So, I don't want to go into this yet. No, not yet. So let's go back to hear what Will has to say.
What I wanted to ask first is, when you think about distribution, you choose the specific asset you want to bring. So can you tell us first about why did you choose the asset that you actually are bringing to market? And also, I want you to say a few words about your interaction with the SEC on this, because I think this is very unique in the market in the fact that the SEC actually, it was submitted to the SEC as a tokenized solution, not just for accredited investor, for retail, right? A 40 Act. So why did you choose that, and did you see, client demand for it?
Yeah, absolutely. So
before Will gets into that, I want to go through the SEC listing there, or holding that they have, and then I'll let Will go into it a bit further, okay? Where am I here? Right here. So this is it here. This is the form N-1A. This is the registration, a statement under the SEC or the Securities Act of 1933, which will guaranteed be updated soon. Almost guaranteed. WisdomTree Digital Trust, exact name of registrant is specified. Okay. We shall go here and do our search. Here we go. That's what we want right here. So, use of blockchain. As described further below, through its transfer agents, the funds use blockchain technology to maintain a secondary record of its shares. The following use of blockchain sectors describes the blockchain technology, what the blockchain technology is, and how the fund uses it for the record of its shares. Although securrency transfers, what the hell is that? Although Securrency, oh, it's a company. Securrency Transfers Inc., the fund transfer agent. Securrency or transfer agent, okay, will maintain the official record of the share ownership in book entry from the official record. The ownership of the fund's shares will also be recorded or digitized on the Stellar or Ethereum blockchain. So their asset holding company is known as Securrency Transfer. The transfer agent will reconcile secondary blockchain transactions with the fund's records on at least a daily basis. At least. Reconciliation involves maintaining a matching official record and secondary record of the total number of shares in circulation, the ownership of the shares at any given time, and all transactions between parties involving the shares. The policies and procedures of the fund and the transfer agent both address the use of blockchain integration record-keeping systems. The fund's board of trustees has approved these policies and procedures, and including those that address the use of blockchain integration record-keeping systems. Let's go down there. Okay. So in order to facilitate the use of blockchain technology, a potential shareholder must have a blockchain wallet. WisdomTree Digital Movement, or just WisdomTree as they're known as, provides Stellar-based wallet services through the app. So when you download that app, you know where that wallet is, what rail that wallet is on already. They said Ethereum or Stellar. Now they're telling you for the wallet, it's Stellar at that point. So your assets are being secured on the XLM blockchain, baby. Okay, see purchase and sale of funds shares below. A blockchain wallet is a software application which stores a user's private key and related digital assets. So there you go, your digital assets will be stored there and is used to facilitate sending digital assets on a particular blockchain. A private key is one of two number of cryptographic... Okay, we don't have to go into that. Is there anything else here about Stellar? Okay. So, by leveraging Securrency's blockchain infrastructure technology, it is anticipated that fund shareholders will have the benefit of shares that may be operated on more than one blockchain. Initially, the Stellar and Ethereum blockchains, shareholders can move the secondary record of ownership between Stellar and Ethereum as desired through interoperability. With the transfer of agent continuing to maintain the official record. This interoperability permits shareholders to potentially take advantage of the benefits of a supported blockchain of their choice, i.e., for example, initially the Stellar and Ethereum blockchains, such as transaction speed or efficiency, while also helping facilitate the fund's shares being available for purchase, sale, or transfer in the broader blockchain ecosystem. Perfect. What are you going to say, my man Will? What do you got going on here? That's not you. Where you at? Where you at? Here you is. Okay. We'll mute myself and we're going to get on this.
You know, anyone who knows the WisdomTree stories, so we've kind of been in the market with our ETFs for like 15 years now, and we're kind of a very early advocate for ETFs as being a superior technology to mutual funds, right? For various reasons you can talk about: liquidity, transparency, tax efficiency, standardization. ETFs were better than mutual funds. And so when we began this journey, we were trying to think, well, what could what could be this next structure, this next wrapper? And without knowing quite how at the time, we thought, blockchain tokenization, blockchain-enabled finance, whatever you want to call it, would play an important role there. And so we kind of embarked on that journey to bring this forward, which involved, as a regulated asset manager, comfortable with regulation, And key there, we focus on liquid asset classes. So not, reg offerings, reg D or whatever, but like literally like treasuries and gold, like the most liquid assets in the world. So for like the treasury side, the way to do this was to go to the SEC and say like, hey, this is what we want to do. We haven't been the only one to do this. There's been some other asset managers as well. And then effectively, through dialogue with them, other stakeholders created this kind of new prospectus filing that we did, and going through the front door is what we think is important to kind of bring this forward. And our first fund went effective in November, so that was a nice milestone for us and kind of set us up to roll out this year.
Yes, and I think for the audience, you can just Google, WisdomTree and the SEC, and actually see the SEC document with all the mentions of blockchains and bridges and everything in there. Quite interesting to see.
Yes, all the blockchains and bridges is quite interesting to see. We know about the bridges. We know Ethereum is not a bridge. We know Stellar can act as a bridge. We know XRP can act as a bridge. We know XLM, XDC can act as a bridge. Algo can act as a bridge. Ethereum is a poor bridge. Unless we're talking about sidechains, EVM. Okay, where am I? What I did want to show, where is it? Not the gold. Was it this? Okay. So, WisdomTree uses gold as inflation hedge in new equity gold ETF. You can buy the ETFs. It'll have different gold companies within there amongst that ETF under that umbrella of that particular fund. We had checked them out already. MN, whatever they were, GDE, GDMN, whatever those names were. You can buy those if you like. Those are many companies under one entity or one fund at that point. You can get several of them. Personally, I prefer just to hold the physical gold and silver in my hands. I like that. I like that clinking sound that you get. I like the fact that I'm the one custodying it. I prefer not to have my stuff in a security lockbox or anything to do with the bank at that point. My RSPs and my TFSAs, as Canadians, you understand these terms. TFSAs, tax-free savings account. RSP, registered retirement savings plan. Those tend to be locked. ETFs is not locked. Let me turn this light off. ETF is not a locked-in fund. You can access that, but that goes back on towards your income, and you get taxed on that on the back end, not on the front end. But with your RSP, should you happen to move that, you don't laterally move it, but you take it out, and that money now breathes air as an income for you. You're going to pay taxes to withdraw it, and then you have to pay more taxes because that increases your income at the end of the year. So you pay taxes on the front end to take it out, and then you pay taxes on the back end as higher income for your income at the end of the year for your taxes. So what you can do, I'm not advising you do it, I'm not advising you don't do it, but one thing that I had done, I had opened up a Questrade account, and Questrade they do some gold custody. They have their own vault there, and I called them up and made a lateral move. I just had Questrade request my funds from my locked-in RRSPs, transferred it over to their account in Questrade, and they had gone and purchased the gold. Well, I had purchased the gold through them, and they now are vaulting that. So my RRSPs are now in gold. I also have my own physical gold that I hold on hand as well, because I prefer to custody these things myself. I'm trying to reduce my taxes in any shape, way, or form possible, which is one of the reasons why I own real estate. Real estate is one of the best way to reduce your taxes, if not eliminate them if you have a great accountant. Stellar emerges as leader in tokenization. You're damn right. Franklin Templeton and WisdomTree issue 300 million plus in digital funds. XLM is currently leading the tokenization of assets in treasuries and digital funds, according to a recent Reddit post. So far, over 300 million in tokenized digital assets have been issued on the blockchain by Franklin Templeton and WisdomTree. Just wait till that picks up. Markedly, this comes only a few weeks after a prominent provider of exchange-traded funds (ETFs) and exchange-traded ETF WisdomTree launched WisdomTree Short-Term Treasury Digital Funds. Oh my God, WTSY, which utilizes the Stellar blockchain. The Stellar native token XLM is doing well in the market and has has significant gains in since Ripple Labs. Yeah, okay, that's nothing to do. That's neither here nor there with what we're talking about. Ripple's a beast, Stellar's a beast. What we're talking about is following this here. One last thing I want to show you guys before I come off of this here is back here. This gentleman here, the moderator, he is, all right, he's from Onera. His name is Ami Ben David. I want you to hear what he has to say. This is some cutthroat things. This will help you recognize that you are the bottom of the food chain. When I say you, I don't mean just you. I mean me too. I want you to hear this gentleman's question and then hear his response. Listen very carefully.
With Silicon Valley Bank with a couple of messages from Peter Thiel. Used to the fact that they could buy real estate with the click of a button. We saw what happened with Wall Street Bets, Robinhood a couple of years ago. We saw what just happened with Silicon Valley Bank with a couple of messages from Peter Thiel running the bank. What type of risk mitigation do you think these systems will need in order to prevent speed bumps, something like that, to not have your real estate portfolio drop by 50% because, you know, a message spreads and social media picks it up and then everybody just sells tokens on a whim? What do you see of risk mitigation?
I can start answering you and maybe someone from the panel can join. What we're doing in the real estate space is we're taking institutional grade real estate that is now being sold mostly to pension funds, and we're making it more available to audiences, but still within the regulation. So it's not going to go retail. It's going to go to accredited, it's going to go to family office, high net worth individuals and such. And it will be things that they could potentially, they could buy today that they just didn't have access. Everything stays until inside the existing.
So they're ready to sell to high net worth individual, accredited investors. I'm an accredited investor. I own real estate. I have 1.5 mil under management. That's just a small account. But it's nice to know that I'm an accredited investor. So they're only selling these things to accredited investors, high net worth individuals, institutional investors. So anybody not in those categories there, you are missing out. They are regulated for the people with money at that point, not you. Sad to say. So what happens first is the people with money, they see that dead animal, that dead zebra, that dead bison on the ground. The lions come after the kill, and they all come and feast, and they just enjoy it. They enjoy it. They pick the bones dry of all the meat, and then let's find out what they do after they've had their fill.
Regulation structure and this existing regulated model, and I don't expect any of it to start trading like high frequency trade. It's not going to be Tesla. But what we're seeing in this market today, in the real estate institutional market, is that there's no liquidity. Liquidity is zero. It's very hard to find a buyer. If you find a buyer, you have to sell the whole thing, and then you have to sell at a big discount. So you only invest if you can buy for 20 years. So what we're trying to do is move the needle from 0% liquidity or 0.1% liquidity to 5% liquidity, 10% liquidity, which means that you can sell, which also means that you can borrow against it. You can borrow money against your real estate and keep it as collateral. So now you have, instead of an asset that you had to buy at the big ticket, stay on it and couldn't get any liquidity and couldn't get any leverage, you can now buy smaller ticket. You have the ability to sell and you can have the ability to leverage it. None of it has to do with the behaviors of markets that are highly traded and frequent and so on. It's just a way to take a very analog market and make it digital so people can make their activity faster and more efficiently and grow these markets as well. But we're not getting even close to these areas where the risks that you're talking about are And even if we did, the level of transparency that is available in the market is very, very high. Like, for example, in the real estate project we are doing, there is actually basically a marker from Cushman on the asset every quarter. So people know the real asset. So even if people are selling at a discount, it's just an arbitrage opportunity. So I'm a little bit less worried on this area. Obviously, we'll be more, we'll have to pay more attention when we get to the stages when we tokenize things that are much more high frequently traded.
Yeah, just to add to that, so
Awesome. So after they've established themselves as the company and have different high frequency trading behind the scenes with their regulated entities, they can go and open it up for the retail to jump in now. So again, you can download it as we had seen. Where is it? You can totally download it. Where is that WisdomTree app? Not there. Not there. Right. Not there. I don't know where it is. What the fuck? Okay, there it is. There's the app. Oh man. Freedom to pay for everyday purchases with WisdomTree Prime Visa debit card. Okay. About. I'll just touch it. Let's go into about and see what's going on here. A better system is out there. Let's build it together. That doesn't include you and me yet. From the start, WisdomTree has been a pioneer and innovator in financial services, building on the stellar XLM protocol. You're damn right. All right, I'm not into buying these guys or their ETFs or their gold ETFs or any other funds they may have. Just give me the infrastructure. Give me the XLMs. Give me the XRPs. Give me the QNTs. Give me the XDCs. Give me the HBARs. Give me the Caspers. Give me the algos. Oh, I love it. I love me some ISO coins. Love it, love it, love it. And even coins that have use cases but aren't ISO, like Morpheus Chain. You know, I like Space Chain. I like Velo. I like Jed McCaleb's in that one as well. I like VETS, VChain. Not that it matters what I like, but these are just, I'm just talking here, and we're just being transparent, all right? That's what we're doing right now. We're being transparent. And I'm just telling you some of the coins that I have, some of the projects that I'm invested in. All right? That's it. So, with that being said, I want to thank you guys for coming to my channel, spending some time with me, listening to a grown-ass man in a Spider-Man mask rave and rant for a couple minutes now. I don't even know how long it's been now. What does that say? 30... I don't even know. 27 minutes. It says 27 minutes on my OBS over there as it's recording. I can see it on my second screen. So, thank you guys for spending that 27 minutes with me, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Making major moves. We going all in. Like we got nothing to lose. We making moves. We making major moves. We making moves.